The evolution of the American flag marks the progression of the government of the American people. From the landing of the Pilgrims in 1620 until 1775, the flag of England was the flag of the peoples of America. In 1775, the pine tree flag was adopted for all the colonial vessels. In 1776 and 77, the southern colonies used the snake flag. In the latter part of 1775, the Continental Congress appointed a committee to consider the question of a single flag for the 13 colonies. That committee recommended a design of 13 alternate stripes of red and white, with a blue field in the upper corner bearing the red cross of St. George and the white cross of St. Andrew. John Paul Jones, the senior lieutenant of the flagship Alfred, hoisted this flag to the masthead on December 3rd, 1775. This flag, called the Continental Colors and the Grand Union, was never carried in the field by the Continental Land Forces, but it was used by the Navy as its exclusive ensign and was the first American flag to receive a salute of honor, a salute of 11 guns from the Fort of Orange in the Dutch West Indies. In response to a general demand for a banner more representative of our country, the Congress on June 14, 1777 provided that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes of alternating red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white on a blue field, representing a new constellation. It's generally believed that sometime in May or June of 1776, Betsy Ross was commissioned to make a flag from the rough design that George Washington and a couple of other people had left with her. It is said that she is the one who suggested that the stars should have 5 points rather than 6. This starry banner was first flown at Fort Stanwix, called Fort Schuyler at that time, near the city of Rome, New York on August 3rd, 1777. The first official salute to the Stars and Stripes was given on February 14, 1778 by France on the French coast, when the Ranger, under the command of John Paul Jones, was saluted by the French fleet. This flag, then carried by the Ranger, was made by the young women of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, from strips of their best colored silk dresses and the white wedding gown of a recent bride. The original 13 Stars and Stripes represented the 13 original colonies, and in 1795, 2 additional Stars and Stripes were added to represent admission to the Union of Vermont and Kentucky. Under this banner of 15 Stars and Stripes was fought the War of 1812. And it was the sight of this flag flying over Fort McHenry in 1814 that inspired Francis Scott Key to write what was to become our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Miss Margaret Young, who cut the stars for that particular banner, was the mother of Henry Sanderson, the Grand Exalted Ruler of the Order of Elks in 1884. The Congress in 1818 adopted a resolution that on and after July 4th, 1818, the number of stripes should be 13, and the blue field should carry 1 star for each of the 20 states in the Union, and that a new star should be added for each state thereafter admitted. Since 1918, there has been no change in the flag design except that 28 new stars were added before July 4th, 1912, and this flag of 48 stars flew over this nation for 47 years until just before the Vietnam War. In 1959, a star was added for Alaska, and in 1960, another star was added for Hawaii. Thus, our present flag, 50 stars and 13 stripes. Our flag is at once a history, a declaration, and a prophecy. It represents the American nation as it was at its birth. It speaks for what it is today, and it holds the opportunity for the future to add other stars to the glorious constellation. The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks is the first and only fraternal body to require formal observance of Flag Day. In July of 1908, the Grand Lodge of this order at Dallas, Texas, provided for the annual nationwide observance of Flag Day on the 14th of June in each year by making it mandatory upon each subordinate lodge of the order. This unique distinction as the strongest promoter of Flag Day is most becoming to the Order of Elks. This order is distinctively American in that only American citizens are eligible to join, and it has no foreign affiliations. It has linked its destiny with the destiny of our country and made this flag its symbol of self-dedication to God, to country, and to fellow man. John Richland will now do a response.